Not all who wander are lost. I think this topic was actually, in terms of understanding, it's not a difficult one. Not all who wander are lost. So first we must probably open up the word. What does the word lost mean? The word lost means there is an element of loss of purpose. Lost means there is a sense of helplessness. Lost means there is a lot of self-doubt and fear. Lost probably has an element of defeat. Lost has an element of finality. Ye end hai. Lost has an element of things have ended. So when I say I have lost, there is helplessness, and there is pain also. There is the element of failure. When I say lost, okay, this is an element of failure. Now, when we use the word wander, wander basically means roaming about seemingly aimlessly. Wander means there is no plan. There seems to be no plan. Wander is about moving without any specific goals. Wander will have an element of randomness. Wander would also imply that there is an element of loss of control. So what the topic is telling us is, just because somebody is roaming around aimlessly, he has no plan, he does not have any specific goals, he is not doing things very specific, randomness hai, and he does not seem to be in control, does not mean he has failed, does not mean he has no purpose, does not mean he is helpless, does not mean he is working with fear, does not mean he is defeated, does not mean it is end, it's finality. So wander would imply there is an element of exploration. Wander could imply an element of introspection. Wander could imply an element of learning. Wander would imply an element of courage. I'm always reminded of the example that Steve Jobs gave. Steve Jobs was at Stanford, I believe. But then after doing some classes, he dropped out. And then he started exploring into different courses. And while doing that, he seemingly walked into a class of calligraphy. There is a very famous speech by Steve Jobs when addressing one of the convocation sessions in Stanford. There Steve Jobs says that, when I dropped out, okay, I was moving around aimlessly. Okay, and I entered into calligraphy class and I learned a lot of art aspects from calligraphy, and which he says that ultimately it became a part of my design in the future. It became a part of the products we designed. So this man who dropped out of the course, dropped out of a curriculum, out of college life, does not mean he was lost. He did not know what to do, but he was exploring. He did not know what exactly the steps he must take, but he was not in a hurry to declare that he is defeated. He did not exactly have a specific goal to move towards. Does not mean that he was random and he was doing that for fear. So anybody who is roaming around or seemingly having no plan does not mean that he is lost. So this topic you can relate to the importance. This topic is about the importance of venturing into, new uncharted domains. It's about trying new things, and it's okay not to know all the answers. It's okay, it's fine to be in an environment that is unfamiliar because you are exploring things. So the essay is about that, and thereafter whatever examples you want to put in, that's perfectly your choice. Okay, so I think while developing this essay, you need to write about what does the word wander mean, and then tell us that wandering of that kind is not always about failures, loss of control, about defeat. It's not necessarily that. Yes, absolutely. You can relate this to entrepreneurship. You can relate this to the startup ecosystems. You can relate this to the new experiments that we are having. And sometimes, people also go out into world tours without an agenda. They like traveling. So I'm done with this topic number 3.